Hey guys, and welcome to Cannabis TV. My name is Connor McLeod, and in this episode of Stone in Scotland, I go to Stirling, where I walk around the high street, visit a familiar coffee shop, I pop in to see Claire Watson at our Hemp Room Cafe, where we talk about cannabis, the origins of the Hemp Room Cafe, and Claire's most recent initiative, Ultimate Hemp, which intends on providing medicinal grade cannabis to researchers in a hope to accelerate scientific knowledge on the benefits of the cannabis plant. So, make sure and like and subscribe, and join us on Patreon, where you can help to build a stronger cannabis media platform. Now then, let's talk cannabis. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now at Stirling. So, let's make it into, right lad, pretty dead first thing in the morning. At least we've got an absolutely beautiful day. Let's see what it's like. Beautiful day. Pretty certain the Hemp Cafe's up at, I think it's 44 Upper Craigs, I think. This is maybe 15 minutes or so for the train station. Funnily enough, I actually came to Stirling to check to get my book published, A Case for Cannabis, as I'm always talking about. And I'm pretty certain it was this coffee shop here that I went to speak to the publisher. Unfortunately, due to health situations, nothing manifested from it, the publisher's health circumstance, but I'm pretty certain it was this place here, the Borough Coffee House. Got milk. So yeah, doesn't take long, 18 months later, and here it is. Well, I found Upper Craigs. So, ladies and gentlemen, Hemp Room Cafe, 44 Upper Craigs. Excellent. And here we are. The Hemp Room Cafe. Open and ready to go.
cannabis is everything. Been using it for medicine for thousands of years, you know, and it's solves a lot of problems, physically, health-wise, and spiritually, and your health and well-being. It solves a lot of problems.
What led you to make your hemp cafe?
Well, when we were talking earlier, and you were mentioning this thing about you had this thing in you that you had to find something to do.
Yeah.
And I was going through a wee bit of a hard time. I just came out of a wee bit of a hard time, and I was getting over an illness, and I started doing a degree in criminology and psychology, and it wasn't getting me going. It wasn't getting me going, and I had to, I had 2 young kids, and I thought, what is what do I really love besides my kids? What's my main thing here? And the answer's cannabis.
Yeah.
And I'm no sorry for that, and I'm no embarrassed about it. I love cannabis. I love it.
Yeah.
So when I was getting over my illness, I used it to help me get better. And the doctor tried to fill me up with about 5 or 6 different tablets, and I said, I'm not doing that. You can see that I'm a cannabis user. Can you give me cannabis or CBD? Obviously, the answer was no. Yeah. So I said, right, I'll see you back in 6 months. He says, right, okay. And he just looked at me, like, how do you look? Yeah. And it was 4 months later, I was back in his office, and I wasn't presenting with one symptom of my illness. And I'd done the lot on cannabis. That was over 2 years ago. And then, I've not had one symptom present me one symptom. Life's great again. Life's amazing again. And I decided, I want to open my cannabis cafe. Why can't I open a cannabis cafe? Yeah. But obviously with the laws here on this wee island that we're on, I was limited to what I could do. Yeah. And this was what I came up with, and this is what I made, and I absolutely love it. And it's the best thing I've ever done. Yeah. I just love it.
I mean, it's dynamite, honestly. This is a great place. It's really, really nice. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, would you say, your thing with Ultimate Hemp then? What's this Ultimate Hemp that you've mentioned about?
Well, that's a new initiative that I came up with. I've always wanted to, even before I started the Hemp Room Cafe, even before my cafe, cannabis was my thing. And it's so important. The plant is so important, and there's people out there that are suffering without it. So Ultimate Hemp is a company that's going to get medicinal cannabis. We're going to grow it and we're going to cultivate it. And we're going to be distilling cannabis oil. And we're going to be sending that out to companies in Scotland or further wide that want my product to put under the microscopes to see what it can actually do. They've watched THC kill breast cancer cells. They know. But the problem here is there's not enough. I read in your book, and it shocked me that I read in your book that 95 tons of medicinal cannabis was exported out of the country annually. Yeah. That's crazy. Why is it getting exported? Why is 95 tons getting exported? Look at what Canada did across the pond. I wouldn't even want to think about how their GDP increased, after they did that. Yeah. And it shouldn't be getting exported. It should be getting to stay here to get tested, because we can talk about the whys and the nots all day, but the bottom line is there's people dying. There's people dying. There's kids dying. There's people suffering. And it's because the powers that be will not give us the choice to make the choice for our own health and our own well-being. If one of my kids or one of your kids, God forbid, something happens to them, or they get cancer or some form of something that they won't treat here, but they'll get the treatment in Canada or certain places. Yeah. A friend of mine who's a grower in Michigan, they would get the treatment there. So why? Ultimate Hemp wants to ask, why do lives here not matter? Yeah. I'm asking, Ultimate Hemp as the owner, why do lives here not matter? Why is there still children continuing to suffer? Why is there people, why are they giving it to people with just the nauseousness effects of chemotherapy? The irony in that fucking kills me, sorry. No, the irony in that fucking kills me. Why give them the chemotherapy? Just give them the cannabis. Yeah. It's not just medical. Cannabis forces us to look inward, and it forces us to tackle things, within ourselves. And speaking for personal experience, I've done a lot of tackling in my time, and cannabis just it forces you to be real. Cannabis is more. It's more than just a medicine, and it doesn't have a voice. It doesn't have a voice. The families that we get coming in, some of them have lost children. and these kids could have survived.
Yeah.
And it's because that fucking drugs law that we've got in place by archaic men, white middle class, upper class men that were part of gentlemen's clubs in the 60s, whatever all that bollocks, I don't care. They need to look at it because they're murderers. The government are committing manslaughter. Every single minute of the day, they are committing manslaughter. They're devastating families. They're making people live in chronic pain. It's unacceptable.
Claire and I stopped for a quick CBD latte before we discussed the financial requirement needed to booster her Ultimate Hemp initiative. Funding is going to be crucial. So I mean, would you say
crucial? Absolutely crucial. We had spoke with one clinical. I'm not going to mention any names because it's in the very early stages. But we do have people interested in taking my product for clinical research and for human research. And one of them is a massive clinic, and they informed me that for just one clinical trial costs £1 million. So £1 million per trial. So we've got a couple of quite well known that are interested in, not cultivators, pharmaceutical clinical research people that are interested in taking all of the products. So there's people interested in what I want to do, but it's getting everything together. I'm hoping that there is somebody going to be out there that is going to be ready for my business plan when it comes out. One of the companies, they're even going to help me with all the regulatory stuff and from the Home Office.
Which was a huge one.
It was a huge one. The Home Office have been great, and I'm trying to make pals with them. I try and make pals with everybody and everywhere I go and all that kind of thing. And the Home Office were brilliant, but they told me we'd originally set up. I had thought about doing Ultimate Hemp with CBD flowers, but the Home Office said to me, "Well, you can't really grow them because." Obviously, there's very low levels of THC in one CBD plant, but if you've got a field of them, you can make that 0.1% THC into a lot. And I think that's where the Home Office are coming from. If they're cultivating CBD, they can press to get the oil out of that. So they said to me, look, if you're going to grow hemp, you have to make fibre or cooking oil. That's not my business. So it has to be the full cannabis license that we go for, but the Home Office has said, if that's what you're doing for, if you're growing it for medical research, and these are the people, because the Home Office know the people that are interested, you will get this license. So it's just funding, because it's more than about 25 quid to set up a marijuana grow.
I know, I can imagine.
But that's what we're going to do, and what I want, Ultimate Hemp, we're basically saying, like, why do lives here not matter? Get this stuff under a microscope here. Get it looked at for cancers in children. Get it looked at for dementia, neurological disorders, dementia, Alzheimer's, all of that, the heavyweights, Parkinson's. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking when you see them in here. And we've got to do something. We've got to do something. It's 2021, for fuck's sake. I mean, it's 2021.
Does your customers, when your customers come in, do they acknowledge that these products are obviously having a medical impact? Even though that obviously we can't say that obviously they're having a medical impact, but your customers come in here knowing fine well these are essentially a substitute for medicine. That's what they see it as.
Absolutely. They see it as a holistic approach, and they see it as an alternative to how they've been prescribed medication. A lot of them, fibromyalgia, we have a lady that comes in and she's fibromyalgia, and it's debilitating for her. She was on so many tablets a day when her and her husband first came to me, and we've got her down to no tablets. And she's running on CBD oil. Obviously, it's part of my job as a cannabis. I'm not a cannabis expert by any means, but I'll always recommend to people they use the whole plant. Before Christmas, we launched our own brand CBD oils, because what we were using before, they had changed the way they were selling it and putting it into bigger bottles. I wasn't happy with how they were bringing it out. So I decided that the best option would be to create my own branded oil that's specific to the Hemp Room Cafe and shop. It's quite high strength oil. We do 12% and 30%. And we're hoping to expand as well to get more products. I want to get into doing maybe capsules and pastes as well. But at the moment, the oils, they're going off the shelves. They're fantastic.
So I'm able to get all this on the website as well?
Yeah, you can get it on the website. You can go onto our website. It's obviously all the W's, the hemproomcafe.com. Website's really, really good. And there's lots of fantastic pictures of the cafe on it as well if people haven't been yet.
Yeah.
And we want them to come. We want them to go on the website and see how fantastic a place this is. We've also got a light sensitive area for autistic children as well, because we know cannabis is kicking that right out the park.
Yeah.
You know, so there's families that come in with autistic children, and they have the CBD gummies and all of that. And you know, this cafe is there is other cafes in the UK that do CBD, and that's an amazing thing, because the more of us, the better.
Yeah.
But I'm really proud to say this is the first of its kind anywhere in the UK, because we have the sensory area. We have an open kitchen where you can see our chef cooking with hemp oil, hemp seeds and butter. Everything that comes out of my kitchen has got hemp in it.
Yeah.
We have a quiet chill out area that we're sitting in just now for the breastfeeding mums. We've got literature all over the cafe, all cannabis related, CBD related. Not to mention the fact we've got the best barista in the city as well, working there, Charlie. So this cafe is just excellent. We would just want people to come and see us and talk to us, and we will just welcome everybody. For me, to start it, cannabis is all about healing, love, and connecting people, and that is exactly what this cafe does, and that is exactly what Ultimate Hemp's going to do. It's going to heal, love, and connect people.
Thanks to Claire for giving me her time, and thanks to everyone at the Hemp Room Cafe. Your warm welcome and generous hospitality is a testament to what the cannabis plant represents. And thanks to you, the viewers, for sticking around until the end of the video. I sincerely hope you enjoyed the content. I'll see you next time.